programs, what we're going to have, promote BSc, and then Brother Kabir will take you through the branches of the masjid. And then after we'll have a Q&A session, inshallah. And after that we'll have Isha, subsequently we'll have Pizza. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Everybody can hear me? There we go. All right. Guys. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zomer. I am now a board member of PIC. I'm the secretary here. So I won't take a lot of time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to go ahead and introduce Sister Kamini, who's Kumadini Carter, who's on the other side, and she's just going to have a few words to say about herself. Talk about the election process? Oh, a little bit about the election process, actually. So we had 6 board members for PIC during the general elections. We, as a board, decided that we need a 7th board member. So we decided to do another election as well to bring somebody on. Sister Kumudini is one of the only applicants, quite frankly, that we had. So she is going to be our 7th board member for that reason. So without further ado, Sister Kumudini, if you can hear me, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Is it on? That mic, is it on?
Barely.
Sister Carter, we can't hear you. If you can, please check with the mic. If you can bring it a little bit closer to your mouth, that might help.
Yes, yes.
There we go.
It's not that. That no, the top. Yes, on the right side. Oh, yes, yeah, push it.
Ourselves of those who are not for rather come to know by learning of each other are able to view and learn new ideas and build a strong foundation in the community. I thank the previous PIC Board of Directors for such vision and engagement in the past. Inshallah, I would like to help continue this effort so that we truly feel like the Muslim community in the area. I would admit that I don't know. Inshallah, our understanding of the community and guidance of the current work, we can work together to build a better functioning, diverse, harmonious society in the future. I am not going to reiterate the perspectives of other moms or anyone. I think the brothers of the current world have already talked about the situation bluntly, and I support their vision. My focus, inshallah, will be more on diversity and women and children and family engagement. A strong foundation of the community comes from the unity of the people, and this starts with our women and children and family structure. I also would like to hear what you all want. Then, inshallah, let the board leadership decide the best path to inshallah, I am here to serve the community in the best of my abilities.
Jazakallah, Sister Kumukani. Better now? Welcome here. Okay. I would like to thank our Amir, Imam Wazir, for doing the education program for our brothers, PSC brothers.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم ولئن كفرتم إن عذابي لشديد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran that if you are grateful for the bounties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase those bounties. And at the same time, Allah is waking us up too, and He's saying, وَلَئِن كَفَرْتُمْ. Why are the kafirs considered non-Muslim? Why are they called kafir? Because they were blessed and they were given the guidance, and they were told about the guidance, and they rejected it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using the word, وَلَئِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ, that if you are ungrateful, and if you're not thankful for what we have given you, then the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very, very severe. May Allah protect us all from it. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions in a hadith that a person, مَنْ لَمْ يَشْكُرِ النَّاسِ لَمْ يَشْكُرِ اللَّهِ, that if a person is not grateful to the people, he cannot be thankful to Allah. SubhanAllah, this is the advice Allah has given us and Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has given us. And we're going into this, our session of this program where we are going to be, inshallah, recognizing and thanking the people who have, mashallah, worked. I'm not even kidding, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into this place. And I mean it. I've seen it. I've been here from day one almost. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into this place. And subhanAllah, because of their hard work, and not only them, so many more people, because of all their hard work, we're able to pray. We're able to perform the Jummah Salah. We are able to, our children are able to come here and recite Quran. Our children are able to come over here and learn about the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So with all of that being said, number one, I want to congratulate Sister Kumudini and welcome her officially to the board. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it fruitful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a blessing for all of us, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of us. So without further ado, can I share a joke? Is that okay? Yeah. You have time for a joke? Okay. So I'm going to share a quick joke and then I'm going to jump right into it. They say that a lot of mashayikh, they like to talk a lot. And there was this one sheikh, back at home, long time ago. I've said this before, so if you've heard this, you will speak. So, long time ago, there was a sheikh. He used to talk for hours on end. And people would, the only time he would stop is when everybody is gone. So one day he's delivering a lecture and he goes, 1 hour he goes into the lecture, and some people get up and they leave. Then another hour passes by, a few more people get up and they leave. And then eventually 3 hours pass by, a few more people leave. And then at the end, after 4 or 5 hours, there's only one person sitting there and listening to him. And he's going full force. 5, 6 hours pass by, and this guy's scratching his own head like, mashallah, no, this guy's amazing. How is he listening so focused and paying attention? I don't think I'm that interesting. So he goes, and then finally he's like, what's the secret? You know, how are you so dedicated? How are you listening so well? Well, you know, usually people left already. You know, it was a big crowd. People left after the first 2-3 hours. What are you still doing here? He says, I'm the sound engineer, and I get paid by the hour, so you can keep going. So I will try my best not to talk that long, inshallah. We'll wrap this program up hopefully before Isha, and we can have some Q&A and some exciting news that we definitely want to share with everybody over here. But without delaying this process, I want to get started with, inshallah, saying our thanks, showing our gratitude, and our appreciation to the board for whatever they have done, inshallah, so far. So can I get the first speaker, inshallah? First, I want to call up. First, I want to call up. We made a little plaque for them, so they can hang it up at home. It's nice and beautiful. Something they can remember as well. So, alhamdulillah, the first award we want to give it to Brother Ahmed Ashraf. Ahmed Al-Sharif, I'm so sorry. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all their hard work. And I definitely want to say, you know, mashallah, since he is up here, mashallah, he came into the community and without asking questions, you know, he just was volunteer. He would put himself forward. You know, that's what we, as a community, that's what we want, people to get involved. Like, you know, and we have an example right here. And mashallah, he was such a person that he would put himself forward and he would do activities and he would plan programs. And mashallah, he's so generous. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in their life and his family's life. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of the effort that he has made. Yes, they deserve it. Mashallah, they deserve it. Absolutely, they deserve it. Mashallah. Sorry for naming. Mashallah. Next, inshallah, I would like to call upon Brother Abdullah. He's my homie, mashallah. Abdullah, mashallah. His family is not here. We wanted them to be a part of it. So this is for you, inshallah. And a few words about Brother Abdullah, mashallah. He has made so many sacrifices. He has fielded phone calls at 1, 2 in the morning. You know, people calling him asking for the door code and things like that. So he's done, mashallah, all of them have done so much and put in so much blood, sweat, and tears. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of them. May Allah put barakah in their lives, may Allah put barakah in their families, and may Allah put barakah in their wealth and their health. Ameen. Ameen.
Allahu Akbar.
Next, mashallah, I would like to call upon Ali. Please come up, Takbir. MashaAllah. Brother Ali, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept, inshallah. There's some personal incidents that I want to share about Brother Ali. I remember when COVID hit. I remember there were, masjids were closed. You guys remember that 2-3 years back. The masjids were closed. And we wanted to go virtual. And we wanted to do programs online. We wanted to make sure that people are getting the Jummah, weekly Jummah doses. Ramadan was upon us, and we wanted to start our virtual programs, YouTube, Facebook, all of those. I remember he put in countless hours, and he would come to the masjid, he would set up the studio, he would set up the camera, he would set up the programs, and mashallah, we're live right now. So alhamdulillah, because of his efforts that he's put in, and it's not like he has that in his background, he learned all of these things while he was going. So that's the most amazing part. And all of the website that is being taken care of is, mashallah, he takes care of it. So if there's any complaints, let him know. Don't bother. Inshallah.
Takbir!
Next up is, mashallah, our dear auntie, Sister Hasanat. I will request Sister Mubini to please give the award to her. And I want to say, mashallah, she held the community down. She was our elder, and we look to her for support, mashallah. And she did a lot of programs on the ladies' side. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in her health, in her wealth, in her family, and everything, inshallah.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Next, we would like to call upon our dear brother Muhammad, and I want to say, mashallah, that everybody knows, without a doubt, this is the nicest man on earth. Literally, I say this from the bottom of my heart, mashallah, he is the nicest man on earth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from him. Look at that smile. That melts your heart, mashallah, that smile right there. You know, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept him. You know, I strive to be like him. You know, inshallah, I will be looking to him for guidance, inshallah. I will be asking him for assistance, inshallah, whatever he has done. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from him. Now, I would like to give the microphone to Brother Muhammad if he wants to say a few words on behalf of the whole EOD1. And inshallah.
It's mine. This is mine, brother.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullahu khair to everybody that showed up tonight. Wallahi, this is, this moment, sometimes you cannot take. You cannot take away. Jazakumullahu khair to Shura for organizing this event. I'm going to go ahead, inshallah, to share with you some that we had, this journey, subhanAllah, for the masjid. We were like, one of the first families coming to move to Restream. And we got together, alhamdulillah, and with the help of Allah subhanahu, we know there is a need for masjid, alhamdulillah. And some other alhamdulillah, we got so much help. This is what happened without the help of the prayers. And definitely I won't forget Brother Ahmed. I won't ever I'm sorry, Brother Kabir, inshallah, big dua for him. He was one of the brothers also that helped us, like the majority of you probably know that the prayers used to be in his house, mashallah. Make dua for him. Some moments that was good, some moments that was bad. It was really bad when we lost one of the how hard it is, to pray with one of the brothers, the Fajr here in the masjid. Like 12 o'clock at night, you hear the brother passing away. Wallahi, very hard. Because we didn't meet him when we used to be masjid. We just knew him for 6 months or 7 months. Please make dua for him. Don't forget him in any prayer that you do. This is happening because of also of themselves. It was really hard. Wallahi, it was not easy to be part of the masjid. It got to the point like, to start, we didn't have anything. Wallahi, we started like the first time. I want you to know that, subhanAllah, the first donation that came to the masjid, it was $1,000 from Saudi Arabia. SubhanAllah. This one is not, some stuff that we share is not a coincidence. Wallahi, it's not a coincidence. It happened because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to happen. And I won't forget also, subhanAllah, when we start, collecting money to start, the masjid, we don't have anything. We start going to some masajid. Wallahi, we got rejected. Some masajid, not so much. They told us you don't need a masjid. But we had to believe. We had to believe, that this community is going to need a masjid. This community is going to grow. We start going to some families here in Princeton. Wallahi, some families told us, no, we're going to go pray in the kingdom. We don't need a masjid. But the belief was very strong. Look at us today, alhamdulillah. We have 2 Jum'ahs. Takbir. That's not easy, alhamdulillah. Another moment, subhanAllah, when we start collecting money, to establish the masjid. One family, I won't forget it, subhanAllah, one family, they decided to do a birthday for their daughter. What they did, they ask the donors or to bring gifts. They say, no, we don't want gifts. We are more in need for a machine. We want you to bring money. Anything that you're gonna give for gifts, bring it as money. We put it in a box. All that money we're gonna collect, we're gonna donate it to the machine. It was $260. I won't forget it. Just receiving that money like that, it makes you feel strong. It makes you feel, this is an aman, from this little daughter that, she decided she's not gonna get toys. She's not gonna get gifts for that birthday. She's gonna give money to the machine. Thinking about Ramadan like that, subhanAllah, makes you think, this is an amana. Even if you sometimes you feel tired, you feel I'm gonna do this, you think about that moment, you say, no, I'm gonna do it, inshallah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the little talks of Allah, like as I say, sometimes, a lot of things that happen that the community don't know about it. A lot of times, you will come here in the middle of the night, you'll be sitting there doing so many things. One time, actually, we have an incident that we have a mouse here in the masjid. And we were coming me and Brother Ahmed, we still have so much traps trying to beat this mouse. And he was messing with us. We watch him with the camera. We put the trap, he doesn't come to the trap. He goes everywhere but the trap. The next time we put Brother Ahmed, he bought like this bucket, like he was engineered, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get him tonight. What he did that night, he came to the chair of the imam, he put a hole. Wallahi, I wasn't even joking that night. SubhanAllah, I was like, no, this is bad, this guy is missing, we give him a name, he's not giving him all kinds of food. He doesn't give anything, it was just one month, he was missing with that. But alhamdulillah, and we didn't want the family to be scared, to know about that incident because they won't come to the masjid. But alhamdulillah, we got him. Even Brother Khadija, he was here seeing all kinds of things. But alhamdulillah. So jazakumullah khair, I want you to know that the way being in the shore is not easy. Wallahi, it's not easy. We've been, doing so many things, but anything that stops you is going to happen. That's my message to you, inshallah. Wallahi, I can see, I can feel you guys. You are doing, mashallah, very good job, inshallah. I can see it, because I've been there. What I want from the community, inshallah, the one that lost here, transfer the message to them. We have to be all together with this. It's not the short job. Wallahi, they are volunteering their time. This time they can spend with the family. Sometimes might look very easy to you that you do, but why not easy? Because just to schedule anything, just an example, this bouncy house they put outside, I'm sure they have to reach different people. They have to see, no, we're not going to come there. They have to see what price. So many things. It's very simple, but it's not right. What we're going to do, we're going to consider as a community, we are part of the show. If you see something, if you see like the battery needs to be the machine, just do it. It's not the short job. It's not just, we are all of this. Except like if I see something, I want to move this chair from here to there. No, I have to get permission from them. See? Because sometimes you might look at them and say, hey, they did like a bad decision or this, but if you discuss with them, you'll be like, no, actually, that's the right decision that they do. We can chat with them as long as we do it with respect. We have to respect them. We have to respect them. They are our leaders, inshallah. Anything that we want to do, we check with them, with myself. Wallahi, we have to. That's one thing that our community will want sometimes is that respect. We have to respect our leaders, the imam, the amir, the shura, all of them, inshallah. We talk with them nicely. Just come to them nicely. Wallahi, he will do whatever you ask. And I can tell you this from Brother he's a big guy. But subhanAllah, if you come to him nicely, wallahi, he'll give you his clothes. Just take it. I don't need it. So inshallah, let's get all together in this. If you see something wrong in our masjid, come to the parking lot outside. Come your gun nicely. Come to the masjid. Pray, inshallah, respect the brothers. We all together in this, inshallah, we help them. As long as we keep it easy for them, they will do more things for us. That's what we want. Inshallah, we come here, we pray, our kids and everything. We make it easy for them, inshallah, just like we love care. And I want to ask everybody, inshallah, in the community, to forgive us. Whatever we do, alhamdulillah, we do it with attention to be good. We did a mistake, and they will do mistakes as well. Just, just remember, what you want you to remember, they do it like from the bottom of their heart, is not like intentionally or so. Forgive them and let's move together, inshallah, and help the masjid. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad, for the beautiful advices that you gave us. Inshallah, we can carry those on, inshallah, and make it a fruitful one. One thing I definitely want to share is that this is a very thankless job. Wallahi, this is a very thankless job. You'll do something like Brother Muhammad mentioned. You do something and you break your back and you're sweating and you're doing it in the sun, and then when somebody comes sees it, you're like, hey, that's crooked. They did that wrong. What's wrong with them? You know, so just like how Brother Muhammad said, you know, if we can, you know, approach in a nice manner, be thankful, and then, you know, inshallah, we can address all these concerns and issues, inshallah. The next thing I want to go on, the next member that we want to give the award to and recognize, and mashallah, like Brother Muhammad mentioned about him, is our dear Brother Kabir. Mashallah, I remember he called me before I moved to Princeton. And he said, Sheikh, I heard that you're moving to Princeton. We're a small community. We're thinking about opening a masjid and we need an imam. We need an imam and we can't pay much, but please, can you come over? And can you be part of the masjid and can you be an imam over here? I was like, listen, I'm moving there as it is. I need a place to pray. And if I'm there, I'll lead the salah, no problem. I have no problem. So alhamdulillah, that's how I came. And maybe about a month after I moved here, alhamdulillah, we opened up the masjid and cleaned it up and this and that. Alhamdulillah, it was a process. So the next member that I want to recognize and I want to award, obviously he's not here to receive it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him all of his sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate his status, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. But on his behalf, his whole family is here, mashallah, to receive it on his behalf. And we're so excited that they came. They moved out of Princeton, but mashallah, they came back just to receive this award. We're honored, and we're so happy that they were able to make it out. So Brother Kabir's wife is there, and I would request Sister Mubini to please hand the award and the gift over to Sister in honor for Brother Kabir. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of them. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
You will not say thank you to Brother Kabir.
No.
You're stuck for another 2 years. Maybe after 2 years.
It's gonna get better.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
It's gonna be double.
Thank you. The next one that we would like to recognize and show our appreciation to is Brother Walid Rashid. And mashallah, you know, he is to be continued, his story. So mashallah, he is receiving this recognition and this certificate and this award. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted from them and all the sacrifices that he has made. And I want to give him the mic for a second, and he wants to share something in regards to the whole shura and some of the members. And he will take a couple of minutes, please bear with us, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I'm going to give, just share one example of the work that previous shura has done. And it's not that I'm taking only one person's name, just take that story and apply it to everybody. Now, I haven't taken the permission from Brother Muhammad to share that story, but I'll go ahead and do it. And like I said, that story is also of Brother Abdullah, or Brother Ali, Brother Ahmed, and Sister Hassan. And I want you actually feel it from your heart, you know, what he had to go through, that the decision he made. His daughter was not feeling good, and he went to urgent care, I think maybe around 8 or 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. When he came back from the urgent care, he had to go and pick the medicine from the pharmacy. And I think it closed like around 9 o'clock or something. And on his way to the pharmacy, he got a call from someone in the masjid, and he had to come here. So when he got a call, he had two choices. Either he can go and get the medicine right for his daughter. I think she had fever. Or he can come to the masjid because something urgent was needed, I guess. So he decided actually not to go to the pharmacy, come here, and attend whatever matter had to be addressed. I don't know how many of us would have done this, what Brother Muhammad did. So that's why I wanted to share this story. And again, this is, I can go on with individuals because I was part of Shura 1, 2. Like I said, I can give an example of Brother Abdullah, Brother Ali, Brother Ahmed, Sister Hassan. But we have some other, we have some more announcements. But this is the stuff that, I wouldn't say we had, the Shura 1 had to go through. So when you see that, the least we can do is actually just say thank you to them, inshallah. And last, just wanted to remember Brother Katan here. He was a regular Musalli here. And unfortunately, I think he got a stroke. He had to move out of Princeton to go and live with his son. But a person, he helped us financially. An example, when we were running summer school program, we had to get the books. So I reached out to the vendor, and I didn't know that it's from BHA. So when the order went in, and the guy called me, he said, "But the Katan actually just said that, hey, it's from Princess Islamic Center." The invoice I think was around maybe $600. Just let them know it's a donation from BHA. It was a donation from the Katan. So also let's just remember, that him inshallah made dua for his quick recovery. Jazakallah khair.
Again, takbir.
Allah.
Now you're hearing these stories about the sacrifices that we've made to make sure that this masjid is up and running, inshallah. So please, from the bottom of your hearts, please remember them and their families in your du'as. Always, ask, how they're doing, etc. Keep up with them, inshallah, and keep them in your prayers, inshallah. On top of that, the next thing that I wanted to make an announcement about, alhamdulillah, we are very excited from the Princeton Islamic Center, from our side, that alhamdulillah, as everybody knows over here, we have been donated by Brother Abdul Naeem 5 acres of land. And alhamdulillah, inshallah, to start that process, we need to obviously collect funds, and we need to do a lot of preliminary work. And we will obviously be reaching out to the community members in how to proceed forward. And inshallah, we will have a program where we will call Brother Abdul Naeem as well, and he will introduce the plan that he has, and everybody can get familiar, and we can move forward, inshallah. Another thing that I want to share with everybody is Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, the one who makes a masjid for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will make a house, a palace for him in Jannah, or her in Jannah, inshallah. So, keeping that spirit alive and the sacrifices for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should all have that in our hearts, that, we want a bigger facility, we want to be able to go to a place where we can have, we can accommodate our children in different classrooms. We want to launch more programs. We want to do more activities. We don't want to be praying under a shed, our Eid Salah and our Jummah prayer and all of those kind of things. We want to be able to accommodate our community in one big goal. So we should all strive for that. We should be eager for that. We should be looking forward to that. And we should be thinking of ways how we can make that happen. One thing that I can tell you that my family, we do it a lot back home, that we can start now. It doesn't have to be later. That we can go to our family members. How like brother, I think Muhammad mentioned that, in the beginning, before the masjid started, they called their family over and they did a little fundraiser between the family members. And they raised $260. But wallahi, Allah is not looking at the amount. Allah is looking at the intention that you're giving it with. And when we give with a pure heart, Allah's help is there, inshallah. So whatever it is, reach out to your family members, and if you can collect something, give it in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the intention that Allah make this masjid bigger. And when we have that, inshallah, you will see the blessing and you will see the barakah of that. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with a facility where we are proud to say, yeah, that is our masjid. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to strive for that and make it easy for us. Next, I would like to give the mic back to Brother Hussein. He will call for the next speaker.
I'd like to call the Radia for giving the programs we will run to the masjid.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So PMC is we're scheduling or running Quran classes from 5 to 7. There will be 2 sessions, one from 5 to 6, the other will be from 6 to 7. Parents who are enrolling, they can choose the program between 5 and 6 or 6 to 7. In addition to the Quran classes, we are just giving them seerah, knowledge, including basics of Islamic education, and these will be 4 days a week from Monday to Thursday. So we are starting the story program again on August 21st. And for the teachers, we are scheduling on 27 August after Asr. So parents who are enrolling their kids, they can come and meet the teachers on 27 August after Asr. It's Sunday program also. We are starting the Sunday program. Yeah, we will be going to more information. But Sunday school is on our schedule.
Yeah, please.
And everybody, in regards to the Quran classes, I've been sending links on the WhatsApp Masjid of Princeton group. If you are not a part of that WhatsApp group, please get with me or any of the board members. We can send it to you. And then with that as well, with the Sunday program, we don't have a start date as of yet, but inshallah, we're expecting to start, inshallah, end of the month or early next month, inshallah. But if you need the link to the Quran classes or any information regarding the classes, please get with us, and we're more than happy to share that with you. Thank you,
I'd like to call Brother Kabir now for taking the financials for the masjid.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm taking the positions of treasurer. So every month by 15th, we're gonna post it our statement on the board. If you guys have any questions, you can reach me out or email, or you can contact Brother Walid Rashid too. As of July, we already posted our statement balance. If you have any questions, you can reach me out. That's all. Thank you. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, Brother Kabir. We are almost putting your program, and we will have a Q&A session now. I think inshallah we have like another 15 minutes and a half before our Isha Salah.
We're going to do
Isha 10. Okay. So we got good time. I think we have these questions if you have for the masjid and the shura.
Just a quick, I want to go over the designations for all the Shura members. Alhamdulillah, I have been given the task of being the president of the Princeton Islamic Center. That is my duty that I've been assigned. Second is, mashallah, Brother Hussein, who is the MC. He is, mashallah, the vice president. The third position that we have is Brother Umar. Mashallah, he was the first one to come up and speak. He is the secretary. So if you want to bug him with any questions or email, you go through him. And then the second thing, the fourth is our Brother Kabir that came up, mashallah. He is our treasurer. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in his hands so our treasure can grow to here, inshallah. The next two dear members, Brother Walid Rashid and Brother Ravi Mahbub, they're, mashallah, the lead of a lot of committees. Mashallah, they are taking care of the education committee. They're taking care of the social media platform, and they will be taking care of facilities as well. Any volunteer work and all of that, you will have to go through them, inshallah. That's I just wanted to introduce the new board, and obviously, of course, Sister Kulumini, since this was her first day today, we haven't officially sat down and discussed her responsibilities. Inshallah, our next meeting, that will be the topic, and we will assign and we will obviously announce to the whole community and let them know what our task will be as well, inshallah. That's it.
Also, in the midst of everything, we should not forget the support we actually got from the EC to conduct our first election. So all the members of EC mashallah, you guys had to take a lot, had to go through so much, but in the end, you successfully delivered what was expected from you guys. So, Jazakallah khair. You want to come and say something? Just
I know
maybe
mashallah.
on behalf of
I think there's two of them, mashallah. Brother Abdul Qudus is right there, and everybody knows Brother Huzaifa. They're both right here. Anybody else that wants to talk? One is in Pakistan. Brother Hassan is here. Well, I just wanted to recognize the ones that are at least here, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah and make it easy for them. Now, inshallah, we will open up the platform for any Q&A. Anybody has any questions and whatever it is. I want to first call all of the board members to come up here, please. And if whatever field that you ask in, I'll hand over the mic, and inshallah they will answer. Yes, Brother Huzaifa.
A quick question.
Sure.
You said there's like an announcement regarding like the new Mr.
Right.
Like, did we get that back?
Not yet. It's not in our possession. We have a letter.
And what's the latest like for that?
We have to go through some preliminary work. The builder wants to make sure that all of the foundational work is done before he hands it over, so he can have it on his point.
Yeah, I believe he already started doing that.
He started a lot of it.
Yeah.
Mashallah, I think he's almost done with 70% of that work. And so, inshallah, as soon as that, mashallah, he's putting the bill on a lot of things. He has spent quite a bit of money on making sure that the foundational work is done. So, inshallah, as soon as that's done, we'll set up an event to discuss it with the whole community, how we want to proceed with that. Definitely. I would say assume in the next, by the end of this year. Inshallah. By the end of this year, inshallah, we will have that meeting and we will bring everybody up to date exactly with what's happening. We will have Brother Abdul Naeem here. So if you want to shoot him down with any questions, he'll be here to answer all of them, inshallah. Another thing, I think, yes, Brother Ahmed.
Any plan for a full-time imam, inshallah?
Yes. Okay, sorry, yeah, Brother Ahmed is asking the question, what is our plan for a full-time imam? That is definitely on our to-do list, but it is not on top of it. So we are still in the transition phase, and we're working and figuring things out, how we can make sure that this community is a little bit more catered to, and how we can hold programs where everybody is taken care of. And if we can find that potential in the community, we'll try to go in that direction. And if we think we need the imam, we'll definitely go in that direction, whatever the community's demands are, whatever the needs are, inshallah. Anybody else? Any questions? Yes, Brother Isa.
I have a question. I've already sent this as an email to the Surah members, which regards the starting age for the kids Quranic classes. It used to be 4 years, and this year you guys get 5.
Right.
You guys consider to get back to 4. Now let's give them notification next year. We will make it 5.
So you're saying, so Brother Isa, you're asking that we're not offering a 4-year-old class this year?
Yes.
Why not? Okay. Jazakallah for bringing that up. And until we have these issues brought up to our attention, we don't know how to cater to them. So Jazakallah for Brother Isa. We will definitely make that a subject of our next meeting, and we will cater to that your request, inshallah. Jazakallah for bringing it up.
You're going to hear good news, inshallah.
Inshallah. Consider it done. Anybody else? Any more questions? Really? We're off the hook so easy?
On the sister side.
Sisters, any questions? You do have the microphone over there, so please feel free. Yeah, Brother Abdullah, please.
Is there anything we can do as a community to help like the shura or better organization of the message?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm going to hand that over to Brother Umar since he's our secretary, and we go to him for everything in the community, inshallah. Brother Abdullah, you're a previous board member, so thank you for asking this question. It's a valid question. One of the things that I do, guys, and that's why the WhatsApp group is kind of important, because that is one of our main ways to communicate with the community. One thing that I always ask for is volunteers. Some of my shura members get on me about this case. But anyways, when we're asking for volunteers, ladies and gentlemen, it's simply to help the masjid. It could be the maintenance of the masjid, it could be landscaping, it could be doing the vacuum, it could be, as some brothers are doing today, they're taking care of the kids outside while we're here in the AC. listening to this conversation. They're taking their time out to kind of secure the kids so that way they can play outside. Those are the volunteer opportunities. One other volunteer opportunity we're looking for is when inshallah we start the Quran classes, right? How are we going to do the pick and drop? Like my child, she went to Plano for Sunday school. One of the things they do there, it's kind of like a drive-through, right? There's 3, 4, 5 people standing by the front door. The car comes up. They open the door. The kid hops out. One of the guys takes your kid inside. See, it's kind of like at Harvard School or at Lowe's, whatever it is, right? There's volunteers or teachers or whatever that may be that help facilitate that process. So just like that, of course it depends on the numbers and things like that as far as what the enrollment looks like. But if it's 30, 40, 50 students that we're going to have in the Quran classes, we're going to need volunteers to take their time out from 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 or 6 to 7 to facilitate that process. Because we want to, if we can, get to that level as well, right? So to answer your question, volunteers for maintenance, for the facilities, for education programs is something how you as the community can help. I hope I've answered your question, Brother.
I think the other way you can send some kind of notice on the website to know.
Sure. And Brother Hussein, a very valid point. He's mentioning that I should maybe send a WhatsApp reminder in the group as well to ask for more volunteers. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I have done that and I will continue to do that, but I need responses, right, from the community as well. If we don't get responses, then we try to work out another way, right? So that. Sisters, right by the door.
Yeah. What's the status of the imam?
I think Imam Wazir just answered that.
Yeah.
Imam Wazir, would you like me to answer that again? Okay. So, brother, the question was, what is the status of an imam at the masjid right now? Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Imam Wazir leading Friday prayers. We have other imams coming from elsewhere to lead some of the prayers. As far as the daily prayers are concerned, it's a community effort, to be very honest with you. Brother Ahmad, I know, leads Salah sometimes. Hafiz Hamza has led Salah sometimes. I've done it. Brother Munib has done it. I think we've all just contributing right now until we can find a firm solution towards that.
But we have like part-time, right? Saleh is like part-time.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just to add to that, inshallah, we'll be sending out an announcement very soon where we're going to have some designated people so we don't get the imam who are going to lead every prayer. So, for example, like Brother Omar said, for the Ahmed, he leads Maghrib prayer. So in a similar way, inshallah, you're going to know very soon who is going to lead what prayer, and that's going to be for 5 times a day. So for Zohar, Asr, Isha, inshallah, we'll have all the names, and we're going to put on the notice board, inshallah, very soon.
Got a question.
And sorry, brother, and to add to your brother, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Hafiz Saleh. Yes, he is also leading prayers there as well. Yes, brother.
So on the same subject about imam, is there you guys on the planning to keep it that way, or this is just a temporary for right now while you guys are working on it on the long term to have one imam?
Right. So if I understand the question, brother, the question is: are we working on hiring a full-time imam, or are we going to continue a volunteer process? As of right now, brother, we are going to continue a volunteer process until we can get somebody full-time.
That's you guys what's planning on.
Inshallah, that's correct. That's correct. Sister Carter, if there's any questions on that side, please feel free to speak up. Any other questions here on the men's side at all? Any questions at all? This is the time to ask everybody. This is the time.
Don't ask them hard questions, brother.
No. I'm asking questions. Why? Just to make everyone be informed about the situation. Because as an old Shura member, I know the challenges that you have. Okay, right now. Okay. One of the challenges, is the lease extension. Okay. I know the lease was the price, for 4 years. And now it's gonna be, double or whatever exactly. And that means it's a big challenge for the new Shura, which required, community effort, to get like the resources, to pay that, at least. Okay, so what's the status?
So the question that Brother Abdullah asked was that what is the current status of the lease situation for the current masjid right now, and are we extending it or not? And I'll let Imam Wazir answer that question.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Abdullah, for bringing that up and putting me on the spot. We are definitely working on making sure that we obviously need a place to pray. And since we do have the vision of transferring to that land as well. So at the moment, we are deciding to hopefully extend the lease. We are in the process of negotiation, working out terms and working out a number. And inshallah, when we do, obviously, we will let the community know it is your right. And we will inform you. Hopefully, we'll have that sorted out within the next few weeks. Inshallah. Yes, brother.
Regarding like Sunday class, Sunday school, is there like a syllabus or something that you as a showman like put, sit, and ask the teacher just to teach this, or it's up to the teacher?
So the only one that we have set up right now, which we actually gave to the community, is the Quran program. We set up the syllabus. We told we are basically requesting the teachers to teach those things on their own way, obviously. We don't have a book per se, what they're going to be following, but we given guidelines that Quran will be taught for 40 minutes, and then they will have some lesson about deen and about how to make wudu, how to pray salah, what the du'as are, and what the sunnah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and those kind of things.
My question is like easier. Is there like a way if I want to know what is my child learning the next 2-3 months? Always to evaluate anything, we should have a plan. And by the end of this plan, did I achieve this or not? So I can know that was a success or not. Right. I don't just want to send him for 1 hour
right
out of the house.
Absolutely. So the Quran program, obviously, our goals will be that they're meeting their checkpoints, that they're accomplishing the goals. If it's a juz or 2 juz, or if they're memorizing, or if they're learning how to read, we will have places and tests in place for them.
And we will be informed with
there will be report cards.
In the beginning.
There will be report cards, and there will be parent-teacher meetings, and all of those, that kind of setup. Sunday school, we did not go through the brass tacks of it yet. We're still working it out, but inshallah, which should be done within the next week. And obviously, we will bring it back to the community and show you exactly what we're doing, what curriculum we're following, what we will be teaching, and what the goals are for the semesters. Anybody else? Sisters, any questions from your side? No. Okay. So, can I take a quick vote with everybody? Does everybody want to eat right now, or let's just pray? Let's eat. Let's do adhan, and then eat, and then we're sticking to 10 o'clock. We're going to pray at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay. Sunday tomorrow. Okay. Sure.
What kind of
question? Yes.
I have a question, inshallah. Sure. I feel coming to the last 4 years, we have a good relationship with non-Muslim community in Princeton. And inshallah, we can keep that, inshallah. We can just look to something to reach out to non-Muslims, inshallah, to make sure we have the face of the Princeton Islamic Center, the face of all the Muslims here. If we do something for the Muslims, inshallah, to keep the relationship between non-Muslims, inshallah.
Just to repeat what Brother Muhammad said, basically, Brother Muhammad is requesting that they've done a lot of interfaith work in the community, and they want us to keep that, keep that momentum going, and they want us to keep on interacting with the non-Muslims, and to obviously give da'wah to them and invite them to the masjid and to Islam. So, inshallah, Brother Muhammad is requesting that we keep that and keep that going and keep running with it. Inshallah, definitely we know that is one of the tasks of the masjid as well. I think we'll pray for adhan right now, and then we can grab some food real quick, and then we'll pray Isha at 10 o'clock.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله